Hi viewers, welcome to my channel Learn with Mohit and welcome to your Odoo ERP tutorial. In this video, we are going to talk about the asset management, and we are already working in the accounting module, and we will be creating an asset model, and we will create new assets, and on this asset we will be um, applying depreciation. We will dispose assets, we will sell assets, and we will see all these transactions in the Odoo ERP accounting module. So let's not get late, we have a lot of work to do. So click your accounting module and get to the accounting. Click on the configuration, and under the asset management, here is the asset model. Okay, by the way, if someone do not want to create the asset model, they can also create an asset. In the accounting menu there is an assets, you can create direct assets, but the accounting module is creating one huge class, and in the asset model it creates a huge class of assets, and then under that asset model we create separate assets in the asset class. You can create it separately. So we will be creating an asset, new asset. Here are some important settings of the asset. So let's create a new asset model. In the asset model, click on the create. The first assets model is vehicles. We are going to create a vehicles model. Here we give the depreciation duration, for example 24 months, 36 months, and we can also write formula in this field. So our depreciation line are 36. Depreciation account is going to be the accumulated depreciation account for this class of vehicles. If you don't have one, you can create one on the fly, on the go. Let me see if we have the accumulated depreciation. We are going to create it. We don't have already one. So here we have to give the code, as we have already written the name. It is 50001. The type is non-current asset. Save and close. And here is the new chart of account, accumulated depreciation vehicles. And in the second field we will enter the depreciation expense account, and the journal is, I have created this depreciation journal, and we will be attach that journal to this. And the computation and the depreciation computation, this is actually depreciation computation. The one is no pro data, the other is constant period, and the other is exact and days per period. So the these different computation have a different effect on the depreciation schedule. We will test it one by one. So for the time being we are going to select the no pro data. So for this vehicles, we are going to select the no product. Let's create another machinery model of assets. Let's select the depreciation duration. What is the age of the asset? We are going to give 24 months, 24 line of the depreciation, 12 line in a year, 1 line in a month. So the depreciation account is accumulated depreciation for machinery. If we have one, it is okay. If we don't have any, we can create one on the fly. We don't have one, let's create it. Give the number 50002. Is the car one was 50001. It is created and the depreciation expense, it is saved. So far we have been created two assets model. One is for vehicle and the other is for machinery. If we go to chart of account and we group it that by, we can see that there are two fixed assets model. They are just the model and the number is given is vehicles, and here the number is given is machinery modified. Save it. Now when we buy asset, we will be buy asset under these models. We can give more setup to our model. For example, in the vehicles, we can do the necessary setting here, like for example in the accounting tab and in the automation tab. You can see here that there are three methods for the automation of assets. Number one, no. Number one, to create. Create and draft, and create and validate. By selecting these automation, if we create and validated the Odoo ERP, when we create an asset, the Odoo ERP will automatically validate the assets and it will be finally posted to the assets without any further modification. But if we select the one which says create and draft, so in this one the Odoo ERP will create an assets. It will be added to the chart of account, but it will be not validated. It will be not part of the account till the time the accountant come and validate it. So it is giving you an opportunity to see the automatic created assets, to see the depreciation of the asset, to see the name of the assets and the things that you may modify it and then validate it. So we will be selecting the create and draft one. The number can be modified here. Because now the box, the manage items box is meaning for us that if when it is in automation stage and the manage item checkbox is selected and we declare this true, then if we buy two assets in one invoice, this automatic system will create two assets. For example, if we buy two cars, the system will create separate assets for one car and separate assets for another car. Then it will be in the draft, and then we'll come to the assets and we will give the car number and we will separately complete the asset, and then we will validate and confirm it, and that will save to the system. That's the meaning of this automation. So we'll select this box because we want to create separate assets And finally we are going to complete this and going to save this. And you can see that this is our vehicle model, and the same setting we are going to do for the machinery. We are selecting draft, we are selecting this manage items, and from the down there asset will be selected as machinery. So this was the basic setting for the asset module. And now we are going to create a bill buying two assets. So we don't have the product, we will create a label. Toyota Corolla, and the module is selected as vehicles. Quantity is 2 and the price is 200,000. So we bought two cars of 400,000 rupees. We are going to confirm it. Now here you see there in the red the two assets. This is given a shortcut to us. We can click here and open the assets, and we can separately modify them. Now we will click it and to alert the vehicle number for this. This is Toyota Corolla 1 of 2, and 2 of 2 is created, so we are going to give number 1 2 3 4, and we are going to click the another asset, and this is 5 6 7 8. These are now the separate number of the assets and the chart of account. And this is the acquisition date. We will give the acquisition date. So we can modify our assets, we can modify our depreciation schedule. And look at this general entry, accumulated depreciation is credited and depreciation expense is debit. Now come to the assets. Here we can see modify depreciation. If we click the modify depreciation, we can do the actions like dispose the assets, sell the assets. Look at this, modify assets, duration, we'll give the note that assets is modified. So if we modify, for example, and with revaluation, we can change the date to revaluate it, we can change the value, we can sell the assets. When we sell the assets, we have to create invoice, because when we sell asset we have to pay the tax to the government, and for this we have to create invoice. Create new invoice, select customer, select date. The product is not here, the label is available Toyota Corolla 1 2 3 4 is the item that we are going to sell, and it is posted to product sale. We have confirmed it and save it. And here is the value, because we have to give the exact depreciation value. We don't want in this transaction to do any gain or loss. You see, this is the exact value of the book value of the depreciation. Select the invoice. Says that is one invoice, so there is one line of invoice. The invoice is posted and confirmed. Now this time we are going to decrease the value to increase the value with 10 rupees. Here you see, now the system is giving us another one requirement to give the gain account. So if you have any gain account, you will select it from here. If you don't have, you can create one on the fly. And if you have sold your fixed assets and you are selling your asset higher than the book value, you have earned, and for this earning you will select your gain account. The same way, if you give the list value, this time you see when you refresh this, the system will give you to assign the loss account, because this time we are going to sell the asset less than the book value. We sell it less than the book value. It means the system automatically recognizes it that we are going to sell it on the loss. You will look for the loss account. If you don't have one, as I am telling time and again, that you can create one on the fly. You will create your chart of account for loss. Okay, here we are going to create one. Give the code 900001 and save. And here we will now select that. Loss account is selected, and the note asset sold. We will give the asset sold. And you see here now, carefully see the general entry. The vehicle which was asset, initially it was posted as debit, but since that we have sold it, now the whole vehicle with 200,000 rupees is posted to credit, and accumulated depreciation, whatever that was charged, is posted to debit, and the rest of the amount of the product sales, that is also debit, and the loss in account of the asset, which is little amount 10 rupees, that is also posted to debit. And now the debit and credit is equal, the system is happy, and the asset is happily sold, and the asset account is gone zero, the accumulated depreciation account is also gone zero, and the invoice which was created for this asset is also set to debit, it is also gone zero, and the loss account is increased with 10 rupees. So obviously in this case we have received that the 140,000 and the 59,000, we have received this cash, and only 10 rupees loss is sustained in this transaction. This is the summary of this transaction. See it further. Now how to dispose our assets. So now see that dispose is different than of sales. Dispose is like accident of car, and throw it, like accident happened. This is what the dispose mean to me. So you can see that we when we selected dispose the assets, the system did not demand for creating invoice. Sale invoice is not required, but the system automatically credited the assets, and the little depreciation which is being charged to accumulated depreciation, that is also debited and posted to the debit side in order to make it zero, and the asset loss account, rest of the assets is gone to loss, and that is also posted to debit. So this is how we can dispose our assets. So here, if you want to see the journal, come to the journal report and take group on journal. So down there we can see all of our journal assets. The depreciation that was posted is here, and later when we sold the asset, that is there, and then when disposed the assets, that is also available in the journal, and we can see it. So guys, here I hope this video is useful. You find that useful for you. This is the way how we can create the asset model and this is the way how we can create asset, how can we give the depreciation, and to check out the re-depreciation method, like straight line method, diminishing method, and exact acquiring method. And there is three more ways you can see that, like a no pro data in the prior to asset is we give the asset that is acquired somehow month 2 or 5 months in the past, and we are after 5 months going to enter the assets in our system. That was also one method. And the other method is to post the assets in future. I hope that you have learned something from this video. So don't mind if I am uh, not able to explain it the way uh, you expected it, but I think the concept is clear. And today we know how the Odoo assets model and assets and the depreciation and create new assets and the asset automation, how all these options are working. So thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for you. Thank you for watching my video. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe my channel. If you did not like it, like the video and press the bell button. See you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.